So we left you in the last video where I was cruising with Mel here down Blue Street, and I said, walking down Blue Street.
No idea.
Why is everybody coughing and wheezing around me?
Why are all these people coughing around me with no masks?
Exactly. And a couple days later, kapow, boom kapow, I had the symptoms. I caught COVID-19, the Rona.
Yep.
I tested positive with a PCR test, and it walloped me for a few days, several days, and it's still lingering right now.
Well, it's not, I mean, the symptoms, the long haul symptoms are lingering. But
just a cough and out of breath a lot.
You're no danger to the public. Now, we don't know for sure if that's the moment he caught COVID, but we suspect it was our day out downtown, going in and out of stores, perhaps being unmasked on crowded sidewalks and things like that. But the good news is Samantha and I didn't catch it, number one, and also we're all double vaxxed, so you did not get hospitalized with COVID.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I guess. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that for the camera. We're like having a coughing moment.
We won't put that in the video.
We're not going to put that in, no. Absolutely not. Anywho, so I did a few clips of what it was like from the bedroom, and let's roll those clips right now. So everything was going great. The week was phenomenal till I woke up yesterday and developed a fever. The fever kicked in around 3 or 4, and I struggled throughout the night. And I had a mild cough come with it. Today, the fever's back, and the cough is intense. So I'm gonna head to the pharmacy and take a COVID test and rule that out. So I hope this is just a cold. I hope so. Although on Wednesday, I think it was, we went to an outdoor cafe and there was a gentleman blowing his nose and smoking and coughing. This guy, he had the trifecta going. So I don't know. I mean, I was outdoors. I doubt any particles hit me, and I think this is just a common cold or something that I picked up from somewhere else. But I've been pretty good about wearing the mask. Anyhow, let's see what happens. So I made it out of bed and I'm at the pharmacy and I'm about to get a antigen test. She said it's not as bad as the ones that go and poke your brain and everything, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see about that.
Cross your fingers. I'm not into this.
It'll be fine.
So I just tested positive for COVID. You want adventure? There's some adventure. I've been vaccinated twice in March of 2021. So let's see what happens.
Roll it.
So there you have it. A little insight of my suffering, and there is so much to learn from a moment like this in your life. You know, imagine going a year and a half and afraid and worried about something and hearing horror stories from others that went through it, and you know someday it's going to knock on your door, and then the day it knocks on your door and they tell you that you're positive and you got to go to sleep that night. What's going through your head? Well, I had that night, and I had a few other nights, and I should have stayed off of Reddit, but I didn't. And anxiety was through the roof.
Was it as bad as what the people on Reddit were saying?
Not
for you.
For me.
Right.
But I guess I'm lucky. It was like someone put a gun to my head and the chamber jammed, and I got to walk away in a way. And yes, I mean, I had fever 6 nights, and I coughed so hard that I thought my ribs were breaking. Other than that, and I lost my sense of taste and my sense of smell. Which you still don't fully have back yet. Yeah, but maybe it'll come back soon, hopefully. Can't taste a thing. I don't even think I can smell it.
Well, I could confirm that they're delicious.
Well, I'm looking forward to having my sense of smell and my sense of taste back, because I bet they're delicious. They're really popular. I was very impressed, by the Portuguese healthcare system. They obviously got word that I was COVID positive from the pharmacy, and I wound up in the system, and doctors were calling me, and people from the health department were calling. So I just got off the phone with the National Healthcare's doctor, and apparently they're not recognizing the antigen test that I took at the pharmacy on Saturday, so they want me to have an official PCR test, and they want to do it now. And they also want Melissa and Samantha to get theirs done. They're not accepting their antigen tests either. It was negative 5 days ago, but they want them to do it. And I guess when I'm done with quarantine, we all got to do this again. I said, hey, we paid 25 euros each for those tests. She says, well, I'll make these free. So we're going to head down there. We got to pick up a prescription, and the prescription we take over to the lab, and then, up the nose. And we're just not in the mood for this. But ain't nothing to it but to do it. I got the prescriptions to go get tested for Melissa, Sammy, and myself. We're gonna walk over there right now. So there you have it. PCR test. It was not delish, and I wouldn't recommend going back. And in fact, I'd recommend ending this clip and getting the heck out of here. Come on.
Was it better or worse than the pharmacy one? This one was worse? Wow.
That's too noisy.
Well, there you have it.
Don't forget the plainclothes police showing up
at
our intercom outside the building.
The police showed up wanting to make sure we were in isolation and quarantining.
Yes.
Melissa was quarantining along with Samantha. And I peeped out of the window and I said, I'm here and I haven't left. And they were very pleased to hear that, and they went away. So I've had multiple calls from the National Healthcare System of doctors telling me to stay put, don't go anywhere. The police came around. They made us on the 4th day go have a PCR test, and that was about it. And we just rode it out, lived off the food in the cupboards, and did our best to isolate from everybody.
Well, you 100% isolated.
I didn't get to do anything, but
yeah. Samantha and I were negative. Samantha and I both took 2 COVID tests during the time that Michael was isolating, and we've been negative the whole time, and so we caught a lucky break there.
And I can't even say it's a breakthrough infection. I think we're at this level now where it's like you get vaccinated and it can wear off a bit when it comes to the infection. But I believe it kept me out of the hospital. I believe it kept me from death. And it was like just a really bad flu. And I'm very grateful that it was a bad flu. And
because we do work pretty hard, social distancing still and masking, you probably didn't take a lot of virus in to begin with. Yeah. But it still came for you.
I was masked. As we walked around, that Blue Street in Seattle in that last video, which was the Sow Rock Church video, to be exact. I was surprised. It's known as the safest country in the world, Portugal. We're 89% vaccinated here in this country. And, it's hard to believe that COVID is out there and it'll get you.
Okay, my arm's getting tired. If you're not gonna, here, take it. Now you can pontificate a little longer.
Yeah. I mean, it got me, and I was double masked. I was double vaxxed. I didn't inhale when people walked by me, and it still got me. So who knows where it came from? I don't know.
Well, there had to be a moment where you weren't being as careful as you normally are.
It could have been anything. It could have been
coming out of a shop. Maybe you take your mask off to catch some fresh air.
And touching the mask. Maybe I accidentally touched the spot in the mask, or that I shouldn't have, or I wasn't conscious that I rubbed my eye. You just, can't let your guard down.
No.
At the time when I got it, about 1,000 people a day were getting infected here in Portugal. And I was one of the 1,000, so I should have bought a lottery ticket. But I'm dumbfounded that for a year and a half, I feared something and did my absolute best to avoid it, and I caught it. And I'm trying to see the positive in this. I don't want to think about the possibility that I could have long hauler symptoms. I want to feel that I'm headed to a full recovery. So now that I'm recovering, well, I can't help but think about this fable. A farmer and his son had a beloved stallion who helped the family earn a living. And one day, the horse ran away, and their neighbors exclaimed, "Your horse ran away. What terrible luck!" And the farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." And a few days later, the horse returned home, leading a few wild mares back to the farm as well. And the neighbors shouted out, "Your horse has returned and brought several horses home with him. What great luck!" And the farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." So later that week, the farmer's son was trying to break one of the mares, and she threw him to the ground, breaking his leg. And the villagers cried, "Your son broke his leg. What terrible luck!" And the farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." So a few weeks later, soldiers from the National Army marched through town, and they recruited all the able-bodied boys for the army. But they did not take the farmer's son, who was still recovering from his injury. Friends shouted, "Your boy is spared! What tremendous luck!" To which the farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." So the fable reminds me that you don't know if something is bad or good until time has passed. And I'm hoping as time passes that I can look back on getting COVID as a positive event in my life. I'm already seeing the positives, pun not intended, that have come with having had COVID-19. I am practicing gratitude more in my life. I am grateful for my life and for my family's life. Grateful that my symptoms were not severe. grateful for the bump in immunity, and not sure how long that will be, but it does give me some peace of mind presently. I also have alleviated lots of anxiety knowing how my body responded to the virus and could handle it again in the future, assuming the forthcoming variants, if any, aren't more severe. And also, having had it comes the burning desire to YOLO. That's right, you only live once. And that is a big lesson learned. You got to get out there and you got to fill your head with memories, and you've got to experience things, and you just keep going. Keep on
Maybe
going.
move to that country you've been thinking about moving to.
That's a great
like
idea.
We did.
Yes. But getting COVID reinforced that more than ever. And we're not going to stop filling up our heads with memories. So that's a positive thing from my experience with COVID-19. Just keep going. So that doesn't mean I'm going to be irresponsible. I don't want it again. And knowing that I'm not going to die from this strain that's going around, and knowing that I'm not going to be hospitalized at this point in my life, I still don't want it. There was a lot of coughing, and it felt like I was going to break a rib. So yes, I want to avoid that again. And I will continue to do my best to be responsible. I dodged this for over a year and a half. I wore a mask. I used sanitizer. I hit elevator buttons with my elbow. And I'm in the safest country at this time with the highest vaccination in the world. And I'm still puzzled how I got it. So it is what it is, and I'll do my best to avoid it. I don't know. I guess what I want people to gain from this video is that, yes, you can make it through it, and you can have a new outlook on life from it. And of course there's all the things that can be said, like I'll never take life for granted again. I'm very humbled by it. I feel like I am now Michael 2.0. Yeah, so there you have it. So if this is the first video you've seen of ours, understand that there's more to me than some guy who caught COVID-19. There's 3 of us who gave up everything in the USA to move to Portugal with our dog. We've settled in the suburbs of Lisbon, and we love exploring. So if you get a chance, take a moment to check out some of our other videos. You might find something pretty cool in there, or some helpful information, hopefully, on what it's like to move abroad and experience life as a local. So once I started feeling better, it was time to get on a plane and head to Thailand. Just kidding. We're still in the park here in Blaine, and this is like a little pagoda. We not in Thailand. Come on, Mel.
Oh, okay.
Let's go home.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for watching if you've made it this far. That's my journey. That's my update.
We're happy to be back, and we'll be making more videos in the near future. Michael's still not 100%, but we are excited to be free to be able to get back out into the public and back out into the sun and explore more of Lisbon and Portugal and meet more people and have some more fun.
So there you have it.
There you have it.
Still alive and kicking.
Alive and kicking.
Thanks, everybody. And we'll see you in the comments if you have any questions or just want to say hi.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks. Hey, no need to go on Tinder. There's a girl down there that's also dressed as a clown. Should introduce yourself. That's what I'll say. He just want money for his balloon.
Oh my god. Let's go.
Oh, he's coming over, so this will be great. Here we go.
They don't mess with big dogs.
So
There's too much fucking squeaking going on around here.
it's those guys. It's those guys down there. The husband and wife clown couple squeaking away.
What if they just met?
They might have just met. They speak the same language.
They dress alike.
You can always say, "I'm sorry, I don't understand. I don't speak balloon."
I don't speak squeak.
For me, the fable basically tells me that you don't know if something is bad news. No. What's the sentence? What do I say? What's my segue?
So the fable reminds me that.
So the fable reminds me that it isn't until hindsight. Help me speak English. Help me speak English. So the fable reminds me.
Right. The fable reminds me that hindsight is 20/20. I don't know. Whatever.
Here we are.
A little bit up higher. Don't like that double chin.
It's just
moment.
not comfortable with my arm like that for 3 minutes. You know, I'm resting it on my leg, or you hold it to the angle that you
Super
like.
not comfortable for me.
No double chins.
I can't.
I
see
didn't bring a
anything.
tripod.
Why do you do that to us?
I don't know, because I'm evil.
All right, it's recording.
Okay.